Back in 1979, I just got promoted. I was at Camp Sussex and I was a cook in the kitchen. Got promoted to being the assistant chef. And the assistant chef made all the soups, sauces, and really kind of had most of the dinner. So anyway, one of my jobs was to make the soups, and I hated tomato soup. So sure enough, I'd really never really eaten much tomato soup, and there I was making tomato soup. Well, in making tomato soup or cream of tomato soup, one of the things you need to do is you need to heat the milk up right before, as you're cooking all the tomatoes and everything else for the tomato soup. You also need to simultaneously heat the milk. So I had the milk on the stove, and sure enough, I didn't realize, but I had scorched the milk. Well, anyway, I proceeded to put that milk into the soup that I had been cooking for over 2 hours, and all these white spots appeared. I mean, I didn't know what to do. I was freaking out. So I took a Chinese cap and was trying to strain those white caps out, but to no avail because that wasn't working. And sure enough, and here it is. It's 95 degrees in the kitchen. I'm sweating. I'm schwitzing. I don't know what to do. Well, I went around the corner to the chef who was working on something with lunch, and I said, listen, I'm sorry, but at lunch, we're just going to have to do without soup today because it's 15 minutes to 12, and the kids eat at 12:30. It's 90 degrees. We don't need the soup. We then the chef came over and proceeded to go make tomato soup with me. And it was quite an effort with almost 4 or 5 people jumping in, opening up the cans of tomatoes and trying to turn the heat up a lot faster so we can get the milk heated up and obviously getting tomatoes really stewed and cooked down and all the other stuff that went into the tomato soup. And sure enough, we bring the thing together. It's 12:30, and sure enough, here we have a cream of tomato soup. And I said to the chef, Alzy, I don't understand. It's 90 degrees. A lot of these kids aren't going to want the soup anyway. I mean, why can't we just cancel the soup? I mean, and he said, listen, the first time that people are expecting something and then you don't deliver it, every time something happens, people aren't going to know whether you're going to deliver it or not. And when you make a promise, you make a commitment to do something, even if it's not convenient, you've got to produce what you say. And if it's on the menu and people are expecting it, you got to deliver it, even if it means us going through doing cartwheels to get it. So my question to you is, are you only doing what you need to do when it's convenient, or when it gets inconvenient and the waters get a little rough, are you still willing to hang in there and do whatever it takes? Is it 6:01 and you're leaving because it's time to go home, even though what you're supposed to be doing isn't done? Or are you going the distance to make sure that client or your boss gets what they need the next day on time for the meeting that you're preparing for?